throw to the back corner by Daniel Richardson. Feels a little pressure and just gets the ball up, floats it enough that his receiver can run under it. And what a catch by Carter Johnson, the tight end. A little confusion in the secondary right there. A little crossing route, one guy going one way. I won't call it a pick play, but maybe it's a rub play. But one thing he did well right there was just put enough air so he could run in under and get that ball.
Offense stays on the field, trying to go for 2 to pull this deficit down to a field goal. Richardson rolls right to the end zone. It's pulled in by Gross. 2-point conversion is successful, and it's a 3-point game.
Timeout.
Yeah, a little sprint out on the goal line. We used to call this play in Denver sprint right option. Just roll out, get your tight end in the flat, throw a nice catchable ball, and now we're down to a 3-point ball game.
It took just 1 minute and 38 seconds for Florida A&M to go 74 yards with an immediate response. Johnson the touchdown, Gross the 2-point. It's a field goal game in the 4th.
Honey?
But the gains are pumping.
Yeah, the market's closed.
Futures don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Dad, is Mommy a finance bro?
You switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, penny stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in. Let me ask you, for your wedding, do you want a gazebo in a river?
I don't... What's a gazebo?
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the vest.
Whoa, Nelly. iPhone 15 with tons of storage. I really want one.
Yo, you've won 14 times on the LPGA Tour. Since when is one enough for you?
That is true.
Get your head out of the sand trap, switch to T-Mobile, and get 4 iPhone 15s on them. And 4 lines for just $25 a line. And you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
Swing big at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines for $25 a line.
4...
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for happy, healthy dogs.
Oh, I'm a stick. Made out of stick.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs dog healthy.
Ha! This guy can't shoot. Hey, coach! Bench him! He's got weak arms!
They're 5, Kelly. How do you sleep at night?
On a mattress. From Mattress.
10:32 to play in the 4th quarter. South Carolina State clinging to a 3-point lead over Florida A&M, but it's the Rattlers who strike back less than 2 minutes after a South Carolina State touchdown. They get themselves one, and it's back down to a field goal game.
Yeah, South Carolina State trying to hang on to this lead. One of the things that I saw that drive is Florida A&M getting the ball to their tight ends. Big play by Kobe Gross. Another touchdown, Carter Johnson, and then Kobe Gross for the 2-point conversion. I told you earlier, when you get the ball to the tight ends, great things happen.
It was almost all tight ends on that drive. 41 yards was the big play to Kobe Gross. Then you mentioned it. Tight end to Carter Johnson 2 plays later for 7 yards, 2-point conversion back to Gross. And the momentum has flipped just like that back to Florida A&M, who's won 20 straight games in this building dating back to 2018.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that they got to do now in this 4th quarter with that score is get this crowd back into the game, get them on their side, yelling and making it hard for this South Carolina State offense.
Touchback. Let's see who's bringing the flavor today, brought to you by McDonald's. And first, we're going to check in on the flag. Well, that was anticlimactic.
long discussion. You think they're discussing what they're getting from McDonald's?
It's a great tie into that. Way to go.
He's like, yeah, I want a number 3 with cheese.
Well, we're going to get there eventually.
More discussion. I think he wanted the large fries. The McFlurry machine is down. That's what it is.
There's no foul on the play. The kick resulted in a touchback. First down, South Carolina State at the 25-yard line.
Well, all right. So, take 2. Let's see who's bringing the flavor today, brought to you by McDonald's. Everybody that's in attendance tonight's bringing the flavor. This is a great crowd.
Most definitely. You know, you got HBCU football on a Saturday evening. We got the bands. We got people in the stands jamming. The atmosphere is just phenomenal here.
This is my first time to Florida A&M, and I loved pregame. All the tents out there, all the food. It's awesome. KZ Adams on the first carry of the drive. He backpedals down to the 29 for 4 yards.
Yeah, and that's got to be the response for South Carolina State. Get back to running the football. They've had Adams go for 60 yards already, and he's looking for more.
Between him and Duhart, they've ran for over 140. Right back to him, but Florida A&M's defense stops it after just 2 yards.
Now here's a huge play for the Florida A&M defense. Can they get off the field on 3rd down? It's 3rd and 10. This crowd is starting to make some noise. They're starting to get into it. Look at the guys on the sideline waving their hands, trying to get everybody excited, trying to get them to make noise on this big 3rd down.
Florida A&M just scored a touchdown in less than 2 minutes. Can the defense force a 3-and-out? Phoenix to the sideline, bobbled and incomplete. Wanted Carter. It's 4th down.
Yeah, and look at the energy in this place. Look at the energy at Ken Riley Field. And then, you know, that's a good throw right there. That's a good read. He caught the one-on-one matchup he was looking for, and you just got to make that play.
You know that sideline was letting him have it, too.
Oh, you know they were. You know they were. And you know Coach Cozy, as a defensive back himself at Florida State, he was on pins and needles. But that ball goes incomplete, and South Carolina now State is lined up to punt.
This feels like a different Florida A&M team than we saw even 10 minutes ago.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And that's the one thing I think that's going to drive Coach Berry crazy. How many delay of games have they had this game? And look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. They're going nuts.
Ninth penalty of the day against South Carolina State. Dyson Roberts on to punt it away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Jamari Gassett lets it bounce. South Carolina State lets it roll all the way down near the 15. That took about 20 extra yards off the bounce. 9:12 to play. Florida A&M down a field goal with the football when we return. What a finish in store.
Honey?
But the gains are pumping.
Yeah, the market's closed.
Futures don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Dad, is Mommy a finance bro?
She switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, penny stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in. Let me ask you, for your wedding, do you want a gazebo in a river?
I don't... What's a gazebo?
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the best.
What you doing? Where you at? Oh, simple. I'ma leave the door open.
No idea why the dog spends hours chewing on me. I contain nothing that would help them live a happy, healthy life. No omega-3s, lean proteins, or vitamin C, like Nutrish Whole Health Blend. And it's not like I taste great. I'm a stick.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs dog healthy.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Things started off great, but once the new wore off,
they changed.
In the beginning, I got gifts like a phone.
And then next thing you know, it's like I'm invisible.
Got it.
ESPN College Football is presented by McDonald's.
Florida A&M has a rich tradition of winning national championships. Back in 1978, they won the inaugural 1AA national championship, defeating UMass 35-28, and they have won a lot of them since, capped off by last year's Celebration Bowl championship in 2023. 16 HBCU national championships. This team wins a lot. They produce NFL players. They produce Hall of Famers.
Yeah, they do. And you know, two of those Hall of Famers, Bullet Bob Hayes, and then I just forgot the other one.
It was Ken Riley.
Ken Riley. At the field, yes.
That's incomplete on first down by Daniel Richardson. Ken Riley Field here at Bragg Memorial Stadium in Tallahassee. Home opener for Florida A&M, who has not lost on this field since 2018 to South Carolina State. Right now, the Bulldogs a 3-point lead on the road. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers set for Richardson on second and long. That's Jalen Ward over the middle, breaks away from one, and he was a shoestring tackle away from a touchdown.
Jalen making a great catch in the middle of the field, runs a slant route right here, and then makes the first man miss and almost makes the second guy miss. If he doesn't get his shoestrings right there, he's off to the races.
Fake on the screen, down the sideline to Johnson, who had the touchdown last drive, and he's into South Carolina State territory.
And Johnson right there, Carter Johnson, and his other tight end mate, Kobe Gross, they're just matchup nightmares. When you can put your tight end out there, when you can put your tight end out wide, like a wide receiver, that's going to put the defense in a lot of trouble and make a lot of crazy matchups. And they're taking advantage of that with their tight ends.
20 yards to Ward, followed by 22 yards to Johnson. That's 42 yards on the last play for Florida A&M's offense.
It looks like we're dealing with more cramps.
That's John Hannibal for South Carolina State. Florida A&M's offense, fresh off a touchdown drive that took less than 2 minutes to go 80 yards down the field after they get the football back, driving into South Carolina State territory again. Just over 8 minutes to play, down a field goal. Somerset on the carry. Good patience in the backfield and a cut up the middle. Down to the 30. Give him 13 yards and a first down.
And Somerset has been the guy in the second half, running the football. And, you know, we talked to offensive coordinator Henry Burris, and he said these guys have to earn the right to play. Obviously, Somerset has done that, and he's producing.
Back to him once more. Bouncing to the outside, gives a stiff arm to the defender, and he's yanked down inside the 25 by Dathan Peterson.
Very patient run right there. Again, you know, that run and the last one kind of reminded me a little of ex-Pittsburgh Steeler Le'Veon Bell, the way he kind of ran it. ran the football.
It's Bo Somerset after back-to-back carries. That's down on the ground and being attended to. He's just not in a hurry ever, is he?
No, he's not. He's just patient. He finds his hole, and then he explodes through it. Kind of goes down a little awkward right there. Don't know what happened to him, but he's back up, being helped off the field. And you hope that that's not a major injury. You hope that he'll be able to get back in the game. You know he wanted to be a part of this after redshirting all last year, and this being the first home game to be a part of, and the way he ran the ball, and it looks like he's walking off now on his own power.
He came into this program 2 years ago. The coaches were trying to decide, is he going to be a running back? Is he going to be a wide receiver? Wide receivers coach said, I want him. Running backs coach said, I want him. They couldn't decide, and so they actually left it up to Somerset to decide, and he said, I want to be a running back. And keep in mind, that was when the running back room had 3 established guys already. He wanted that challenge of trying to work his way into that running back room.
And he was willing to sit out and pay his dues and work hard, and you know, that's one of the things that they said. He put in the work while he was redshirting.
Thad Franklin subs in for him, straight up the middle. And he's clipped down at the 10. 13 yards for a first down.
And that's the best run of the day from Thad Franklin. And look at the guys up front. The double team blocks. They get up on the linebacker, Aaron Smith. And that's just a great run by Thad Franklin. It's great when you can have multiple running backs in that backfield like Florida A&M does, and you can count on all 3 of them.
First and goal from the 10. Florida A&M looking to take the lead. Off the option, kept by Richardson, and he lunges down to the 5.
And that's another smart veteran move right there. They run the option, and there's really nothing there. And Richardson just takes it straight ahead, keeps 2 hands on the ball as he's in traffic, and just gets what he can get. And that sets up a second and goal from about the 6-yard line.
Clock winds below 6 minutes to play. Second and goal. Kept by Richardson, passes nearly intercepted. It was Jamari Benjamin. How many times have we talked about the play of the cornerback today for South Carolina State?
Yeah, Jamari Benjamin has just been everywhere. The RPO right here, they force him to throw it, and Jamari Benjamin breaks on the ball, breaks that ball up, almost had the interception. Just a great play by Benjamin.
He had a great spring that put him into a starting role and has not looked back. This is third and goal. Richardson sprays it out to the far sideline, wide open Franklin. Florida A&M's got the lead.
And look at the energy in this place. Totally different than what it was before. And Richardson right there just holding the safeties, holding the coverage to the right, and then simply dumping it off to his back who's wide open. That's got to be a communication error right there defensively, because he's the only guy in the flat. We talked about getting the ball to Thad Franklin. The guy can run it, he can catch it, and now Florida A&M taking the lead back.
Extra point makes it a 4-point lead, so a field goal does nothing for South Carolina State.
Yeah, this place is the energy in this building is just ramped up 100%. Look at this. This is just a great atmosphere. Here we go again with the replay. Richardson, look, he's looking to the right to keep everybody over there to the right side. Comes back to a wide open Franklin. Matter of fact, he had 2 guys over there.
I was just going to say that. He could have thrown it to Quan Lee.
He really could, and chose Franklin. You got to think that was just a coverage bust or something on the South Carolina State side. There's no way you're going to leave Thad Franklin that wide open in the end zone.
Back-to-back weeks with a receiving touchdown for the running back Thad Franklin. With 12 and a half minutes to go in this game, South Carolina State scored. They took an 18-7 lead and 15 unanswered points now over the last 7 minutes. It just feels like a completely different team.
It really does. And I don't know what James Cozy III told to his players, but whatever he told them, he needs to bottle that up and save that again for later on in the season.
Now they leave it up to the defense to try to get a stop with just over 5.5 minutes to play.
But yeah, that's just the mark of a champion. We talked about South Carolina State having the champs up against the ropes. Well, the thing about a champion is you got to knock him out. But the champ is never going to make that easy for you. They're going to fight back. They've been in battles. They've been battle tested. Just last week, they were down 14 points, came all the way back to win that game. These guys know what it takes to win.
South Carolina State's had a lot of success today on the ground, too, Byron. And with 5.5 minutes left, 2 timeouts, that's plenty of time to still run the football, right?
It definitely is. And to me, when I'm assessing this offense, I'm actually thinking, what do we do best? And that's what I'm going to do. Because we're at that time of the game where you got to have it. You're probably only going to get one drive left. So wherever the best, my best unit, that's where I'm leaning on. And that best unit has been the offensive line. It's been running the football. And let's see what they can do with 5 minutes and 39 seconds left.
First play is on the ground to KZ Adams, but it is sniffed out well. Penetration from Florida A&M's defense led by Eric Horn.
And that's the first time we've seen that. That's the first time we've seen this South Carolina State offensive line get pushed backwards. We just did that graphic when they were moving people on the goal line, and now they're getting moved. And that's where you're going to win the game, is in that trenches, but you can't get moved backwards.
It's a loss of 3 to back them up near the 20. This is Phoenix launching to the far sideline, has a man batted away. Andre Powell one-on-one in coverage, got a hand in there.
And that's just a great job. That's a great job on both sides. That's a great job by the quarterback finding his guy open on the corner route. But like you said, number 7 coming in there from the safety position, Andre Powell, and just making the contact and separating the receiver from the ball.
Powell was a starter last year. It didn't go as planned. He got benched. Milton Patterson, the defensive coordinator, said he did not pout. He worked so hard into the offseason, earned himself a starting spot again this year. Comes up with a really big play in the fourth quarter here. Phoenix on 3rd and long, uncorks it down the seam, and it's incomplete. He led Carter just a step too much.
Yeah, and he almost had Carter down the seam. They were playing like a 2-deep look, a cover 2 look, and they run the double post and get behind. They get behind the same. They just can't connect. They just can't connect. But this is where James Cozy said he wanted to put South Carolina State in 3rd and long situations, put his blitz packages on the field, put his pressure packages on the field, and they got the stop right there. 3 and out. They got to punt it back.
The last 4 drives between the 2 teams have gone Florida A&M touchdown, South Carolina State 3 and out, Florida A&M touchdown, South Carolina State 3 and out.
Yeah. 30-second timeout.
After a slow start to this second half, too, Daniel Richardson has been phenomenal the last 3 drives.
Yeah, he really has. Doing a great job with his eyes. And the other part, like we said, using his tight ends. And his tight ends are matchup nightmares. And that's the big throw for the touchdown. And that was the impressive throw, because he put a lot of air on there that allowed his tight end to go out and catch that ball. Here's the sprint option on the goal line for the 2-point conversion. And then here's Richardson holding the coverage to the right and simply dumping it to the fullback in the flat. and watch him celebrate.
Florida A&M fell behind last week 14-0, came back to win it. The offensive coordinator, Joseph Henry, said our guys didn't flinch. They fell behind 18-7 in this fourth quarter. They've scored 15 in a row.
Yeah, and sometimes you have those teams that play better when their back's against the wall. When they're up against it, they feel challenged, they're going to come out and make every play.
Jamari Gassett lets it bounce. Picks it up at the 35, has some space, gets a block across midfield. Florida A&M with the lead has starting field position in plus territory.
And that's a great job by Gassett, picking that ball up, getting some extra yards.
And there's a flag that comes in way after the play.
And you really got to be careful in a close game like this with the extracurricular penalties. James Cozy down there, he does not look happy.
After the play, personal foul, receiving team, number 12. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. First down, Florida A&M.
Yeah, you just can't have that. You just can't cost your team. And Cozy immediately lets him hear an earful. And you just cost your team. You had the ball on South Carolina's side of the field, moved you all the way back across midfield to your side now. And you're trying to put this game away. You just can't have penalties like that.
2 straight touchdown drives for this Florida A&M offense. Down 11, they score 15 unanswered, take a 4-point lead, and they've got the football here trying to run out the clock. Franklin on the grounds. Not much going here. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. 106 yards, 3 touchdowns in the last 3 drives for Daniel Richardson.
Yeah, he definitely has heated up late in this ball game. He's led his team down and coming back and taking the lead away from South Carolina State. You know, like we said earlier, some guys, they need the pressure. They want the pressure, and they perform better when they have the pressure on them. And Richardson is one of those guys.
Stays on the ground with Franklin, and he's wrapped up immediately by Josh Barker. 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation now. They ran the ball twice. Is what you're supposed to do in this situation.
Timeout for an injured player.
That's Thad Franklin, the running back, that's down.
Like I was saying, you're supposed to run the ball in this situation. The clock is your friend when you have the lead. And you want to just put yourself in a position where they got to start using their timeouts.
We saw Bo Somerset, one of the other running backs for Florida A&M, go out with an injury last drive. Now Thad Franklin being attended to.
Yeah.
They use 3 running backs pretty equally, so they have the guys, but still, that is not something you want to see early in the season. A couple guys go down.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that they're depending on in that backfield. And we talked to Coach Harris, the offensive coordinator, and he says Henry Burris, I'm sorry, and he said he's out of all 3 of the backs, he's the guy that can do it all. He's the guy that they can run in between the tackles, can hit the home run ball, but he also can do it out of the backfield, catching the ball with his hands. It's good to see him up. Looks like he's gonna walk off the field on his own power. And this puts Florida A&M in an interesting situation. You want to have that clock running, but it's 3rd and 9, so the clock is stopped because of the injury, and you're probably going to have to put this ball in the air if you want to pick up this first down.
It's 3rd and 9, 3.5 minutes to play. Richardson flush to the right, slings it over the middle. That's caught for a first down. Jalen Ward hauls it in. It moves the chains and keeps the clock rolling.
Jalen Ward making a play here in the 4th quarter. He's one of the guys that they said they wanted to step up in that number 2 receiver position. And here's where I've been impressed. When Richardson leaves the pocket, and a lot of times when he scrambles to his right, he's looking to throw the ball. And he does a great job of picking up that first down. Ward making a play late in the game that allows that clock to tick.
The last couple plays, though, Richardson snapped it with about 10 on the play clock. If you wind it down to 1, you obviously get to take more time off the clock, and it looks like he's doing that here. Hands it off. Somerset, just about a yard.
Yeah, you got to believe that Coach Cozy has brought that to his attention.
Timeout. South Carolina State, their first of the half. 30-second timeout.
20 straight wins here at Bragg Memorial Stadium for Florida A&M. November 10th, 2018, nearly 6 years ago, the last time they lost here. It came to South Carolina State, the team that's trying to do it again
That's
tonight.
The second timeout of the half.
South Carolina takes one of their 2 remaining timeouts. There's also the new 2-minute timeout this year that's new.
Yeah, so that leaves them with 1 timeout. But like you said, they got the 2-minute timeout that everybody gets. So they got to get a stop here. They got to try to put them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and 9.
South Carolina State has 1 timeout left.
They got to do something, like we said, to try to put them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and 9 here.
Somerset on the ground following a block in front of him. Just got back to the line of scrimmage.
I think you got to use your timeout right here.
Doesn't look like they are. I'm with you. I would have used it too.
I would have used it, yeah.
They're going to let it run down to the 2-minute timeout, and then they have to get 1 more stop after the 2 minutes. But if you take one here, you get a couple stops. There's a lot more time left.
I agree. And you make them, if you use that timeout there, stop them there.
2-minute timeout.
And have them punt on the other side of the 2-minute timeout.
4-point lead for Florida A&M. Can South Carolina get 1 more stop to get one last chance?
If you need insurance from a change in life, like you left your job, got a husband or wife. If you turn 26, use your folks plan too. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Check out the website for what you can do. Just remember, limited time to enroll. Healthcare.gov is here for you.
New Glade Plugins Plus. Now with scent notice technology. Expertly designed to reduce nose blindness, with more waves of fragrance that last up to 80 days. SC Johnson.
Nothing scary about Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest lasting AA battery.
As a new mom of 2, I'm so glad that I found the world's first 3-in-1 child shield by Energizer. It's the only coin lithium battery with 3 safety features designed to keep our kids safe.
And there's Nelly Corda choosing her club. Wait, that's not a wedge. That's her iPhone 15 from T-Mobile. She sets it up. Shh.
No need to be quiet. Switch to T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us, plus 4 lines for $25 a line.
I wish my TV provider let me choose what I pay for.
Sling lets you do that.
I wish my TV provider let me choose what I pay for and let me pause my subscription when I want. Sling lets you do that. Yeehaw! I wish my TV provider let me choose what I pay for and let me pause my subscription when I want and have hundreds of free channels. Sling lets you do that too.
Choose and customize your channel lineup or watch for free. Sling lets you do that.
The book is called Surrender. 40 songs, one story.
Whoa!
Yes?
How do you sleep at night?
Oh, on a mattress from Mattress Firm. I sleep.
15 unanswered for Florida A&M in this fourth quarter has given the Rattlers a 4-point lead. 2 minutes to go, clinging to the lead against South Carolina State. Aaron Smith, one of the linebackers from South Carolina State, was one of 2 students from South Carolina State selected by the White House for the 2024 HBCU Scholar Recognition Program, recognized for academic achievement, campus leadership, civil engagement, and entrepreneurial spirit. Really cool award for Aaron Smith. This is a third down, floated over the top, caught by Ward. That's a first down. And with just one timeout left for South Carolina State, their backs are against the wall.
Yeah, and Richardson right here, play fake right there. The crossing route by Ward gets the ball in his hands, and Ward does a smart thing. He just goes down right there, stays in bounds on the tackle, keeps that clock moving. They're gonna get the first down, but that clock's gonna move now.
Can take it all the way down to 1:15, and with only one timeout, there is not enough time for South Carolina State.
Timeout. Florida A&M. 30-second timeout.
But what a fourth quarter for Florida A&M. Down 11, 15 unanswered on back-to-back drives to take a lead, and they're going to hold on to it.
Yeah, and that has been the theme of their year in this early part of the year. Being down, but then finding a way to fight back and come back and get the lead and ultimately get the victory. And I just can't say enough about what Ward did right there on that play. And it's just being well coached. Understanding the situation, I got the ball in my hands, I got the first down. What's the most important thing? Just getting down and having that clock run. And that shows you the type of coaching that James Cozy is doing here at Florida A&M. These guys play smart, and I think that's why he was so disappointed in the personal foul penalty that happened on his sideline.
This is a great start to the James Colsey era. Back-to-back double-digit come-from-behind wins. Down 14-0 last week, down 18-7 in the fourth quarter this week. Richardson launches to the end zone. What's going on?
Yes. There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag, but why are they throwing the football?
Offside defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And I think that might be the reason that they threw it. They knew they had an offside penalty. Just take a shot and then really put the game away. If you catch that ball in the end zone and get the touchdown.
There's only one timeout, and with this being first down, South Carolina State can stop the clock one more time, but then after that, you take a couple kneel downs, you walk out of here.
And that might have been something that Richardson did on his own, knowing that he had the offsides penalty in his back pocket. Hey, let me just take a shot.
And now they are in victory formation. Back-to-back weeks, Florida A&M's offense goes over 400 total yards. A 1-point win in week 0, a 4-point win in week 1. Top 25 team in the country and defending HBCU national champions are on their way to a 2-0 start.
30-second timeout.
Dancing is beginning in the stands and on the field.
They're feeling a 2-0 start here in Tallahassee.
Yeah. Gonna have to snap it one more time.
A lot of fight shown by South Carolina State to come on the road against Florida A&M and nearly knock them off. But back-to-back touchdown drives, down 11 by the Rattlers, and able to hold on to a 4-point victory.
Yeah, and like every coach on that staff said, they are going to put the effort and they're going to win the effort battle. And they didn't bring anyone to this game to just eat, ride, and watch. Everybody's going to participate and everybody's going to play hard.
One final knee taken, and that does it. Florida A&M survives, and the home winning streak is now 21 consecutive to match the best mark in all of FCS football currently.
Yeah, and you got to be impressed with how this Florida A&M team responded to a challenge. Like we said in the third quarter, they were up against the ropes, and South Carolina State was doing everything they wanted to do, running the football, throwing the football, and they just couldn't stop them. But they made their adjustments. They came back. They bounced back and found a way to win this game.
13 straight wins now overall for Florida A&M. 21 now home winning streaks. And after South Dakota State lost earlier today to Oklahoma State, they now have first place for longest current FCS winning streak and tied for first with the Jackrabbits for most home wins in a row at 21. What a performance, though. Comeback effort tonight by Florida A&M.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with that. You know as the champ that you're going to get everybody's best shot. South Carolina State came in here, gave it their best shot, and Florida A&M was able to stand that and come out with the victory.
Back-to-back weeks with a double-digit come-from-behind win, down 11 in the fourth, 15 unanswered by the Rattlers, and Florida A&M is 2-0. That'll do it for us from Bragg Memorial Stadium in Tallahassee. A big thank you to our entire ESPN crew. Florida A&M wins at 22-18 over South Carolina State. For Byron Chamberlain, I'm Noah Reed saying good night from Tallahassee.